have no idea what a pleasure it is for me to finally beat you.
Did you say meet or beat?
I think you heard me. Enjoy your retirement!
So, could you imagine that this character would bring you to a third movie?
I mean, I think sometimes people have a hard time. I have a hard time imagining next week. So, you know, imagining 10 years from now is almost impossible. So I could never have predicted when we were making the first one that it would, you know, lead to, you know, a part of Disneyland called Cars Land, and you know, that then all of a sudden I would have 2 little kids and they would be attending the premiere with me last night. Yeah, it's really, it's a nice journey.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think that McQueen has to learn from Cruise? Because he kind of has a switching point, which he kind of...
I think that, you know, that it's kind of a nice relationship kind of between them, because at first she kind of, you know, drives him crazy, and he finds her, like, you know, with all the sort of new age kind of, you know, what he perceives as kind of self-help type stuff. He's not that interested in, but it does sort of, you know, I think he ends up being moved by her story so much so that he ends up, you know, trying to be sort of, you know, mentor for her because he believes in her.
Yeah. Did you have a mentor in your life that kind of helped you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, you know, my parents, but in Los Angeles, the person that brought us out to Hollywood, James L. Brooks, and produced our first movie and gave us the opportunity to do it. That's been the person who's, you know, probably made the biggest difference in my professional life.
Yeah, it really kind of set the path and everything.
For sure. Yeah.
You know, I'm an expectant mother. Do you feel like you kind of see, now that you have 2 children, do you see more of like the message in movies, or perceive it towards how they would kind of take it in, or?
Yeah, you know, I'm aware that, you know, that kind of watching the movie last night and seeing the way the 6-year-old kind of is experiencing it, and then the 3-year-old is, he gets a little bit more freaked out by stuff. It's cool kind of watching how, you know, into movies they get, and it just reminds me of a kid. Like, there was no such thing as like a movie you didn't like as a kid. Just going to the movies, you always kind of loved that experience, and it was great to watch it with them last night.
Do you have a movie that kind of impacted you when you were younger that you're like, oh, that's why I want to be an actor?
Yeah, I mean, I loved, I mean, it sounds funny, but The Bad News Bears, I thought was such a cool movie. But I loved going to see the movies, and you know, there were a lot of movies that I saw, especially as a teenager, that you know, were classics that I still, you know, kind of refer back to in my mind today.
I also like how McQueen, the story kind of talked about age, like age doesn't matter really.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that, and especially like in Hollywood, like,
yeah, where
you know,
it does matter. Right?
Yeah. So why is that like a good message for kids, or, you know, for anybody watching?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just a, you know, message that, you know, is going to apply to everybody at one point or another, and the idea that you know, are still relevant, or how do you, you know, find a way to contribute and do things even as, you know, you maybe are facing challenges. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was kind of a nice aspect to the story.
Good luck out there. You're gonna need it.
I decide when I'm done.